Have you ever felt like you're running out of time, like everyone around you is moving forward and you're just stuck? The job hasn't come, the love hasn't arrived, the breakthrough feels late. But what if I told you you're not late, you're right on time, that everything you're waiting for is not denied, just delayed, and not because you're not worthy, but because you're being prepared. In a world that worships speed, we've forgotten the quiet wisdom of patience. We've forgotten that the universe doesn't rush, yet it never fails. There's a rhythm to life, a divine clock that's never early, never late. This video is a reminder, a guide back to trust, because everything comes at the right time. Not when your ego wants it, but when your soul is ready to receive it. We live in a world obsessed with control. Deadlines, 5-year plans, perfect routines. We try to micromanage our futures, thinking that effort equals outcome. But deep down, haven't you noticed? The most meaningful things, love, healing, clarity, arrive on their time, not ours. Michael Singer, in The Surrender Experiment, wrote, "If you try to control everything, you lose touch with the flow of life. But if you let go, life will carry you." We don't fall behind when things don't go as planned. We fall behind when we stop trusting life's rhythm. Because control isn't power, it's resistance. And resistance delays your destiny. A tree doesn't sprout overnight. A seed must first disappear into the dark. It has to break open underground, where no one claps, where no one sees. Only then can it grow. You too are becoming, quietly, invisibly, powerfully. Don't rush your season. Jeff Foster reminds us, even your confusion, your doubts, your longing, it's all part of the unfolding. Nothing is wrong. When nothing seems to be happening, everything is actually happening. Your growth isn't loud. It's sacred, and sacred things take time. Sometimes what we want is not what we're ready for. The relationship that didn't work out, the job that passed you over, the dream that still hasn't come. You called it failure, but life may have been protecting you. Pema Chödrön in When Things Fall Apart wrote, "Nothing ever goes away until it has taught us what we need to know." The delay may be saving you from rushing into a life that would have collapsed, or forcing you to strengthen the parts of you that still doubt. So what looks like silence is often mercy, and what feels like rejection is often redirection. We've all been there, begging life to move faster, clutching so tightly to outcomes that we strangle the very things we desire. Desperation doesn't speed things up, it clogs the current. Michael Singer wrote, "Letting go of yourself is the simplest way to get closer to life. When you stop trying to force the river, you realize you were always being carried." Peace isn't passive, it's powerful. It's the inner space where grace flows freely. So breathe, release the grip, stop asking, "When will it come?" and start asking, "Who am I becoming while I wait?" You can't bloom all year. There are seasons meant for rest, confusion, quiet, seasons that don't make sense until they do. Jeff Foster said it beautifully, "Trust the seasons of your life. There is no mistake, there is only timing. Just because it isn't happening now doesn't mean it never will." Winter is not failure, it's formation. So honor your season, even if it's slow, even if it's silent, because rhythm isn't rush, and timing isn't random, it's divine. Patience isn't just waiting, it's trusting without proof. It's showing up with hope when you have no guarantee. It's saying, "I still believe, even when nothing has changed." Yet, Pema Chödrön teaches to stay with that shakiness, to stay with a broken heart, with a rumbling stomach, with the feeling of hopelessness. That is the path of true awakening. Waiting strengthens you in ways results never will. And with every day you choose peace over panic, you prepare yourself for the very thing you're waiting for. Because when it finally arrives, you'll be ready. You'll recognize divine timing not by how hard you chase it, but by how gently it lands. The right person, the right opportunity, the breakthrough. When it's right, it won't feel like a battlefield. It'll feel like peace. Michael Singer observed, "The natural flow of life brings more to us than effort ever could." Just stay open. You don't need to push the ocean when it's time. The tide comes to you, not with force, but with flow. It's not about doing more. It's about resisting less. Think of a time when you were certain something had gone wrong. Then, months or years later, you whispered to yourself, "Thank God it didn't happen back then." We don't see life's wisdom in real time. We see it in hindsight, when the chaos fades and the picture clears. Jeff Foster wrote, "Life doesn't always give you what you want. It gives you what you need to wake up." Sometimes the worst timing is the perfect timing in disguise. So look back, not with regret, but with reverence. The timing didn't fail you. It formed you. Letting go isn't giving up, it's giving space. It's releasing your timeline, your demand, your tight grip, so life can breathe again. When you hold too tightly, you block the very arrival of what you want. You say, "I need it now," but life whispers, "Not until you release the need." Pema Chödrön shares, "Only to the extent that we expose ourselves over and over to annihilation can that which is indestructible be found in us." Letting go is scary, but it clears the path. It makes room for miracles. We're told, work harder, grind more, hustle until it hurts. But the truth is, real growth doesn't come from pressure. It comes from alignment. When your heart habits and higher self are in sync, opportunities come to you. Not because you fought for them, but because you became ready for them. Michael Singer wrote, "You don't have to make life happen. You just have to stop interfering." Sometimes the next level of your life isn't about doing more. It's about becoming more of who you truly are. That's what draws the right things into your orbit. Without the chase, we set clocks, we draw timelines. But life doesn't follow human calendars, it follows soul growth. And the soul cannot be rushed. Jeff Foster reminds us, your life is not a mistake. Even your delays, your disappointments, your losses, they are part of a deeper intelligence. We get angry when life doesn't meet our deadlines, but often it's mercy. Not because you're being punished, but because you're being shaped. Life's not in a hurry, because what's eternal is never rushed. Trust isn't something you're born with, it's something you learn by walking through fires and realizing you didn't burn, by being broken and still breathing, by being lost and still found. Pema Chödrön teaches, to be fully alive, fully human, and completely awake is to be continually thrown out of the nest. Every time life didn't go your way and still gave you what you needed, that was trust being built, not blind faith, but earned belief. Trust is a muscle. And yours? It's growing stronger with every step into the unknown. You may want the blessing, but can you hold it? Can your character match your calling? Can your nervous system handle what your mouth is praying for? Life doesn't delay out of cruelty, it waits for your readiness. And sometimes, readiness means healing. It means maturing, unlearning, letting go of who you were to make space for who you must become. Michael Singer reminds us, you're not supposed to figure out how to make everything go your way. You're supposed to learn how to be okay no matter how it goes. The timing isn't just about the thing arriving. It's about you becoming the kind of person who can carry it well. When it finally comes, it won't come with fireworks. It will come with stillness, peace, like a soft knowing. This was always meant for me. Not because you forced it, but because you finally stopped chasing and started aligning. Jeff Foster writes, "True peace is not found in reaching some special state, but in embracing the ordinary, in letting things be as they are. Real blessings don't rush in. They walk in gently because you're finally home within yourself. And everything real arrives where truth lives." Think of J.K. Rowling, rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was born. What if her timing had been accepted too early, before her vision was complete? Think about the story of Thomas Edison. He didn't just invent the light bulb in one go. He had hundreds of failed attempts, but those failures weren't mistakes. They were just part of the process, part of the timing that led to one of the greatest inventions in history. Imagine if Edison had given up during those years of setbacks. The world would have missed out on a light bulb that, in its right time, changed the world. Think about a time you felt like you were losing control. How might that experience have been part of a bigger process you couldn't yet see? Consider Oprah Winfrey, who was told she wasn't fit for television in her early career. Her struggles on her first talk show were seen as failures by many, but later, those very challenges shaped the successful media mogul we know today. If she had been on a more successful path earlier, would she have developed the compassion, insight, and voice she carries today? Have you ever faced a setback that, in hindsight, protected you from a bigger problem? Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity and couldn't make a successful business. Imagine if he had listened. Instead, he spent years developing the vision that would eventually turn into the largest entertainment empire in the world. What if patience wasn't just waiting, but the art of trusting that the best things take time? What's one thing you're waiting for right now? And how can you shift your mindset from impatience to trusting the timing of your life? Looking at the success stories of individuals like Albert Einstein, we see many missed opportunities early in their careers. Einstein faced rejection from various academic institutions, but when he didn't get accepted, he took that time to refine his theories, eventually changing the scientific world forever. The rejection wasn't failure, it was timing. Have you had an experience where, looking back, you see that the timing was perfect, even if it didn't feel that way at the time? Think about the life of Maya Angelou. She worked in various jobs before she became the voice we all know today. She had to let go of certain dreams, certain expectations, to embrace a new path that was waiting for her. Maya Angelou trusted the timing of her life, and when it was time, the world was ready for her words. What is something you need to let go of in your life right now? How can releasing it make space for something new? Look at Oprah Winfrey again. She didn't just hustle her way to success. She aligned herself with what truly mattered to her, with her values and her mission. By focusing on who she was rather than just what she did, she attracted the opportunities that aligned with her higher purpose. Where in your life can you focus more on alignment and less on constant hustle? You haven't missed your moment. You're not too late, and you're not behind. You're right where you're supposed to be, becoming who you need to be to receive what's meant for you. So breathe, let go, and remember, everything comes at the right time, not when your mind demands it, but when your spirit is ready to receive it.